In this video, we're going to talk about something many older adults struggle with, waking up every morning with that stubborn mucus in your throat. You know the feeling, the constant need to clear your throat, that thick, sticky sensation that just won't go away. It can be frustrating, draining, and make starting your day feel like a battle. But here's the thing, persistent mucus is not a normal part of aging, and you don't have to just live with it. In fact, there are real, natural solutions to help ease this discomfort and get you back to feeling your best. Whether it's dry air, silent acid reflux, or aging sinuses, I'm going to walk you through the most common causes and share simple tips that can make a huge difference in how you feel. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. And if you have any natural health tips of your own, feel free to share those too. Someone else might really benefit from hearing what's worked for you. Point 1. The impact of dry air. One of the most common and often overlooked causes of persistent mucus buildup, especially in the winter months, is dry air. You might not even realize how dry the air in your home can get, but if you've ever woken up with a dry throat, feeling like it's hard to swallow or breathe deeply, dry air might be the culprit. When we keep our windows shut tight to keep out the cold, or run heaters to stay warm, the air inside becomes dry, and that can irritate the delicate lining of your nose, throat, and lungs. Now, when your body senses this dryness, it goes into protection mode. It starts to make mucus to keep those tissues moist and safe. The problem is, that mucus doesn't always go away on its own, and before you know it, you're waking up each morning with that thick, sticky feeling in your throat. You try to clear it, maybe you cough or drink water, but it doesn't seem to help much. It's a frustrating cycle that can make you feel like you're fighting your own body. This doesn't have to be your routine. A simple solution is adding moisture back into the air. It could be as easy as using a small humidifier next to your bed while you sleep. Humidifiers are affordable and easy to find, and they can make a huge difference in how you feel when you wake up. Just ask George, a 72-year-old from Texas, who struggled for months with that gravelly throat feeling every morning. After his daughter gave him a humidifier, he noticed a change in just a few days. It wasn't a miracle, but it made his mornings so much easier to start. Point 2. Silent acid reflux. It's something that many older adults don't even realize they're dealing with, but it's far more common than you might think. Silent acid reflux, also known as laryngopharyngeal reflux, LPR, occurs when stomach acid quietly sneaks its way into your throat while you're lying down at night. Unlike typical acid reflux, where you might feel a burning sensation in your chest, silent acid reflux doesn't give you those familiar warning signs. Instead, it targets your throat and voice box, causing irritation that leads your body to create mucus as a defense mechanism. If you've ever woken up in the morning feeling like there's a lump in your throat, or if your voice feels hoarse or weak, this could be the reason. You might not have heartburn or any noticeable stomach symptoms, but that small amount of acid can cause big problems when it reaches your throat. It triggers your body to produce mucus to protect the sensitive tissues from the acid's damage, and before you know it, you're spending your mornings clearing your throat and feeling like something's stuck there. Barbara, a 68-year-old woman from Illinois, had no idea that her chronic coughing in the morning wasn't caused by a cold or allergies. She thought it was something serious, but after some lifestyle adjustments, eating dinner earlier, avoiding acidic foods at night, and sleeping with her head elevated just a little bit, she noticed a huge difference. Within a few weeks, her coughing had drastically reduced, and she felt better overall. Point 3. Post-nasal drip and aging sinuses. As we get older, our bodies don't always work the way they used to. One of the subtle changes that can cause ongoing throat discomfort is the gradual slowing down of our sinuses. In our younger years, our sinuses and nasal passages would clear out mucus and allergens like clockwork, but as we age, those tiny hairs in our sinuses start to slow down, and the mucus doesn't move as efficiently. This results in post-nasal drip, a condition where mucus drips down the back of your throat, causing that persistent tickle and the need to clear your throat constantly. Post-nasal drip often sneaks up on you. It doesn't come with a fever, and it doesn't feel like a cold. It just lingers in the background, quietly affecting your mornings, making it feel like there's something stuck in your throat that you can't get rid of. For Linda, a 68-year-old woman from Ohio, this was a daily struggle. She had tried everything: cough drops, herbal teas, even special lozenges. But nothing seemed to work. It wasn't until she examined her sleeping environment that she found the issue. In the winter, her furnace would run all night, drying out the air in her bedroom, which only made her sinuses worse. She was using a medicated nasal spray every night, not realizing it was drying out her sinuses even more. Once Linda switched to a saline rinse before bed, added a humidifier to her nightstand, and used a wedge pillow to keep her head slightly elevated, the results were almost immediate. Within a week, she felt better, and the constant throat clearing had almost disappeared. If you're noticing similar symptoms, it could be the result of aging sinuses, combined with the dry air in your home. Point 4. Medication side effects. As we get older, it's common to take more medications, whether it's for high blood pressure, diabetes, or even medications for anxiety or sleep. While these medications can help manage our health, they can also have unintended side effects. One of the most overlooked side effects is how certain medications can contribute to mucus buildup. Some medications dry out your sinuses, mouth, and throat, which can make mucus thicker and more difficult to clear. This is especially true for medications like antihistamines, blood pressure meds, and some over-the-counter sleep aids. Mary, a 66-year-old woman from North Carolina, had been taking a new blood pressure medication for a few months when she noticed a change. Every morning, she'd wake up with a throat full of mucus, but she didn't think much of it at first. She tried blaming the weather, allergies, and even the cat, but nothing helped. It wasn't until her pharmacist pointed out that dry mouth and sinus issues were possible side effects of the medication that she realized the connection. Once she spoke with her doctor, she made a few adjustments, changing the time she took her medication and drinking more water in the evening, and within a couple of weeks, the mucus problem cleared up. The best part? She didn't need a new prescription, just a little awareness and some small changes in her routine. If you're taking medications and noticing persistent mucus in your throat, it's worth looking into the side effects. Speak with your doctor or pharmacist, and ask if there are alternative medications. Point 5. The role of daily habits. Sometimes, the answer to persistent mucus isn't just about what's happening inside your body, it's also about the daily habits you've developed over time. The way we live our lives, especially as we get older, can have a big impact on how our body reacts to things like mucus buildup. Whether it's the foods we eat, the timing of our meals, or even how much we move throughout the day, all these habits play a role in how we feel in the morning. For Frank, a 77-year-old man from Florida, his daily routine was the key to understanding his constant mucus problem. Every morning, he'd sit by his window with a box of tissues, clearing his throat over and over. It didn't feel like he was sick, he didn't have a fever or cold. But no matter what he did, the mucus wouldn't go away. It wasn't until he traveled to Florida to visit his daughter that he realized the mucus seemed to vanish. His first thought was that it was just a coincidence, but when he returned home, the mucus came back. What was the difference? The humidity. Florida's naturally humid air gave his respiratory system the break it needed, while back home, his dry indoor air, combined with poor hydration and his new medication, contributed to the problem. Once Frank made small adjustments, staying hydrated, adding a humidifier to his room, and changing the timing of his evening routine, the difference was noticeable. He felt like a new man. Daily habits matter. Consider when you eat your meals. Snacking late at night or eating heavy meals right before bed can trigger acid reflux, leading to mucus production. Point 6. Stress and its effect on your body. Stress is something we all experience from time to time, and as we get older, it can feel like stress just becomes a bigger part of our lives. The pressure of managing health, dealing with family matters, or simply handling daily tasks can build up, and it doesn't just affect our mood, it can also have a physical impact on our body. One of the less obvious ways stress shows up in our lives is through mucus buildup. When we're stressed, our body produces more of the stress hormone cortisol, which can lead to a variety of physical symptoms, including thick mucus production. This is because stress can make our body more sensitive to irritants, allergens, and environmental changes. For example, when you're stressed, you might find yourself breathing more shallowly or more rapidly, which can dry out your throat, leading to more mucus. Your body's natural defense mechanisms kick in, and you end up with that thick, sticky feeling in your throat. Take the story of Sarah, a 65-year-old woman who had been dealing with stress from caring for a sick relative. Over time, she started waking up with a scratchy throat and thick mucus every morning. At first, she thought it was just the result of stress, but when she took a step back and focused on reducing her stress levels, the situation improved. She practiced deep breathing exercises, made time for walks in the park, and even started meditating for a few minutes each day. Slowly but surely, she noticed the mucus wasn't as persistent, and she began feeling lighter and more energized each morning. If you're finding that stress might be contributing to your mucus buildup, take time each day to focus on relaxation. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a few minutes of deep breathing or mindfulness can help reduce the physical effects of stress. Point 7. Hydration and its impact on mucus. One of the simplest yet most effective solutions to persistent mucus buildup is staying properly hydrated. As we age, it's easy to forget just how important it is to drink enough water throughout the day, especially when you don't feel thirsty or if you're busy with daily routines. But dehydration can have a big impact on how your body produces mucus. When you're not hydrated enough, your mucus becomes thicker and stickier, making it harder for your body to clear it out. This results in that constant throat-clearing sensation that can be both uncomfortable and frustrating. Linda, a 70-year-old from New York, learned this lesson the hard way. She had always struggled with mucus buildup, particularly in the mornings. It would take her a while to clear her throat, and she felt like it was becoming part of her routine. But after speaking with her doctor, Linda realized that she hadn't been drinking enough water, especially in the evening before bed. She started drinking a glass of water before going to sleep and keeping a water bottle with her during the day. Within just a few days, she noticed a difference. Her mucus became less thick, and she no longer felt the need to clear her throat as often in the mornings. It's easy to forget, but hydration plays a critical role in how your body functions, including the production of mucus. The key is to sip water throughout the day, rather than waiting until you feel thirsty. Avoiding sugary drinks and alcohol, which can dehydrate you, is another simple change that can help. Point 8. The role of environmental allergens. When you wake up with that uncomfortable feeling in your throat, it might not just be the dry air or silent acid reflux, it could be the allergens in your environment. Many older adults find that over time, they become more sensitive to the allergens around them. Things like dust, pollen, pet dander, and even mold can accumulate in your home, triggering your body's defense mechanisms, which often results in mucus production. It's your body's way of protecting itself from irritants, but the end result is that same annoying buildup in your throat. Eleanor, a 75-year-old woman from Maine, found that every morning she would wake up with a sore throat and a thick, uncomfortable feeling in her chest. She thought it was just the cold weather causing it, but when she took a closer look at her living environment, she realized she was dealing with more than just the winter chill. She had a lot of dust buildup in her home and her heating system had accumulated a fair amount of mold over the years. Once Eleanor addressed the source of the allergens, by cleaning the air filters, adding an air purifier, and washing her bedding more often, she noticed a significant improvement. Her throat cleared up much faster, and the mucus buildup became much less frequent. If you find that your mucus problem is persistent, it's worth taking a look at your environment. Are you keeping your home clean? Are you using air purifiers or cleaning your air filters regularly? Reducing exposure to allergens might take a little extra effort, but it can lead to big improvements in how you feel in the mornings. Point 9. The importance of sleep quality. It might surprise you to learn that poor sleep quality can contribute to your mucus problems. As we age, our sleep patterns often change, and sometimes we may not even realize how much our sleep is affecting our overall health. When you're not getting enough restful sleep, it can lead to a weakened immune system, increased stress, and even exacerbate conditions like acid reflux and post-nasal drip. All of these factors can contribute to the constant mucus buildup you're waking up with every morning. Take Harold, a 78-year-old from California, who had been struggling with mucus buildup for years. He didn't realize that his poor sleep quality, waking up multiple times throughout the night and sleeping in an uncomfortable position, was playing a big part in his discomfort. After talking to his doctor, Harold made a few changes to improve his sleep. He invested in a comfortable mattress, stopped using electronic devices an hour before bed, and tried to get into a regular sleep routine. He also started practicing some deep breathing exercises before bed to relax his body and mind. Within a few weeks, Harold noticed a big difference. He woke up feeling more refreshed, with less mucus and a clearer throat. Sleep is crucial to maintaining your body's balance, and when it's disrupted, your body struggles to heal and repair itself as effectively. Poor sleep quality can lead to more mucus production as your body tries to protect itself from irritants while you're resting. If you're waking up frequently during the night or feeling restless, it's worth looking at your sleep habits and making adjustments to improve the quality of your rest. When it comes to persistent mucus, it's easy to feel like you're just stuck with it, like it's part of getting older. But the truth is, you don't have to accept this discomfort as your new normal. Through simple changes in your environment, lifestyle, and habits, you can take back control and start your mornings feeling lighter, clearer, and more energized. It might take some time and small adjustments, but the improvements are worth it. If you've learned something new today or if you've been struggling with mucus, I encourage you to take the next step. Whether it's trying a new habit or sharing your experiences with others, small changes can lead to big improvements. Leave a comment below and share what you're going to try next or what has worked for you. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Here's to better mornings, clearer throats, and living your best life at any age. You've got this.